Hey trainers, welcome into the stream. Alakaham here with some more Pokemon video magic. And I feel like I have not streamed in ages. This school semester has been wild, so I have not been as on top of the Pokemon Go things as I would normally be. But it is the end of the semester, it is a nice Saturday, and I think it is high time for me to do another Pokemon Go stream here. I am working on the something extraordinary research to get this new legendary or mythical or whatever Pokemon, and I am about halfway through, but this research requires me to battle in Go Battle League, which is my usual streaming shtick, so that's what I'm going to do here. I am at rank 17, and I've played a little bit in the Fighting Cup. I might do some of that while I'm on stream, depending on, how long I'm here doing this and what's required for the rest of the research tasks. But Fighting Cup has been okay. As with all of the other specialized cups, like if you have the top-ranked Pokemon, you're doing great, and it's just all about getting them in the right order to beat your opponent. And if not, you're not going to get all that many wins. So I've been more focused on playing in the Open Great League lately, and that's what I'm going to do on stream here, because I feel like that's going to be the most accessible for the majority of folks who are interested in watching this video. Obviously, I have two Pokemon that have recently been buffed because of Wing Attack here, so I'm trying to showcase some of these Wing Attack users in the back. I think Raichu can learn Brick Break, so this will do super effective damage, but Brick Break doesn't hit very hard, and it's not stab from the Raichu, so no big deal. And we are going to go straight into these Power Whips. Something tells me if this person is leading Electric, then they are probably trying to guard against flying types, so I imagine we might see perhaps some kind of fighter in the back. But we'll see. Both of the other Pokemon on my team do really well here, so I don't have any problem switching into the Mantine. Mantine isn't going to be able to do much against Alola, but that's okay because we preserved our Ferrothorn. And if we let them KO us, then Ferrothorn is going to have enough time based on the switch clocks to come in and hopefully get to a Power Whip. So I'm just going to let all these moves through. I'm going to do a little chip damage here, and then we're just going to start lowering the attack some more because we don't want Ferrothorn to get accidentally waterfalled down. Ferrothorn is fairly low here. And in the case that it does get farmed down, we do not want a lot of waterfall damage happening with the Gliscor there. So this is why it's nice to debuff those waterfalls, because even though they're resisted, waterfall is a pretty, of course, hard-hitting, fast move there. So we should be in pretty decent shape with the Gliscor. I'm just going to start shielding more or less everything. I'm going to work all the way up to the Earthquake and then throw Night Slash. If Night Slash goes through, that's great. I'll just throw another Night Slash. If it's shielded, we can build up to an Earthquake, and that should work pretty well. Yeah. So it shouldn't take that long with Wing Attack to get back up to Earthquake. This might be a bait. We'll see. Nope, they're just going straight Shadow Bone. which I think makes sense, but we are going to be able to reach the Earthquake, and this will be more than enough to KO a Stab Earthquake, doing super effective damage here. So Gliscor coming in clutch at the end. I was already a fan of Gliscor, and now that it's been powered up with Wing Attack doing extra energy generation, it's even better. It's a monster. And instead of sticking with one team, I like to, mess around with different teams, and especially on these streams where it might be fun to have a little variety. And also because, I haven't even hit ace rank yet, so you might as well just kind of mess around and have fun with different teams, because the elo doesn't really matter all that much at this point. Okay, gonna swap into the Lickitung, which is basically my damage sponge. If it gets hurricaned, it gets hurricaned. Nope, it's a Weather Ball, alright. And my opponent has a Registeel. So I am anticipating there might be double steel in the back. We're going to let the Lickitung go. The fact that we have more energy stored on our Pelipper than they do, I think, is going to make a big difference here. Unfortunately, I think we might need to shield once here. Given that, I'm not going to do very much damage with this power-up punch, because I want to come out of this with a foul play ready to go. Because if or when my... Oh, okay, aggressive swap there, that's fine. That was smart from my opponent. They didn't want to get farmed down. And my opponent is already at another Weather Ball, so they may be just building up to the Hurricane. I don't think I want to try farming down from that range with Scrafty. So I'm gonna try and either get that shield or KO. But I definitely wanted to do a little more damage to the opposing Pelipper, because those wing attacks are gonna hurt. They're really gonna hurt with the Scrafty. Okay, so fortunately I can farm down. I was a little worried that they might get to another move there, but that's okay. Alright, and they do have a Galarian Stunfisk, which I was kind of guessing would be the case, that they would have double steel because they had something that was very weak to fighting up front. But the challenge now is that if they reach an Earthquake, that should be enough to KO Scrafty. So it's just, can we knock it out before they reach that Earthquake? I was not counting the fast move, so I don't know. Yeah, that's game over. That's a bummer. But we gave it our best shot, and that's all you can do. Gonna swap into this team, which is designed as more or less an anti-flyer team. We have things that take care of... we have Venusaur up front to deal with the stuff that would be problematic for the anti-flyers, and then 2 anti-flyers in the back. Okay, so I'm going to safe swap into Bastiodon, and yeah, draw out the water type, so they've got the Swampert here, that's fine. And we're just going to count on Lantern to close. If they go for Hydro Cannon here, I don't think it's going to quite KO, which means that I'll get the Stone Edge through, which is great, because that might mean that I can... Oh, and they gave me a shield. That's great. And through the rest of their energy. So if they would have farmed down, that could have been really bad for Venusaur, because then I would have had to shield a Earthquake. But now I can just kind of farm down, I think. Yep. And all of the moves here are going to be resisted against the Skarmory, so that's fine. That means I'm going to go for the cheaper move, which is Frenzy Plant, and just chip as much damage as possible. And Lantern does not have to worry about any charge moves from Skarmory, so I'm going to swap and catch what I presume is a Sky Attack, because I don't know why anyone would waste energy doing anything else. And that's good. They stayed in for a sec, and now they have this Muck. So Venusaur is not going to be that helpful for us, it seems. Venusaur doesn't really have anywhere to go with the rest of this team. I'm going to have to shield everything from this Muck. Ooh, but Acid Spray is not good. That does mean it's a good thing that I still have the Venusaur to reset the debuff on the Lantern, potentially, if I can get through the switch clock there. Ooh, they are doing a lot of damage, which is very unpleasant here. Okay, hopefully the switch timer comes up. Yep. Okay, so we are swapping into Venusaur to undo that debuff, and we'll reach a Frenzy Plant, which is great. That might allow me to farm down with Spark instead of reaching another move, and I did sneak that Spark through. So the danger here is that they have two Sky Attacks, but given that the Spark was snuck through, yeah, that's going to KO as soon as their charge move passes. All right. Well, that was a that was a very close game, but super fun. Super fun to have close games like that. So good game to my opponent. This last team in the back here is supposed to be like the top meta team. So in the sense that Shadow Swampert is the highest rated lead on PvPoke, and Trevenant is the highest rated safe swap, and Registeel is the highest rated closer. But I've had mixed success with this particular team, because of course, if you run something that's really meta, other people are expecting to come up against meta teams, and they're usually pretty well prepared for you. Alright, so I overfarmed there, hoping that I would get the CMP tie, which I did, and alright, there we go. So my opponent brings in Azu, 4, 5... Unfortunately, Seed Bomb is not a powerful enough move that it will KO. And I maybe should have brought in Registeel here. I'm not going to give up my shield because it's going to take more than one non-stab Ice Beam to KO. Oh, okay, but they didn't even have Ice Beam, so that's great. I was miscounting. Alright, we're going to throw the Seed Bomb just as they get to their next Play Rough here. This will KO if they let it through, which they do. That's great. And now I have a little bit of extra energy. And we're going to throw the Seed Bomb because we have it. And hopefully that will make the Frostlass nervous. Maybe we get a shield. Nope, unfortunately we do not. Okay, so I'm going to bring in Registeel to soak some damage. Even a Shadow Ball isn't going to hurt too much here. But it's just an avalanche, so that's fine. and I'm going to work on farming down. We are going to have to eat a shadow ball, but they're not switching out, which I presume means that they don't have a strong answer to Registeel in the back, but we'll see. I'll go ahead and farm down there. We do have a move loaded, and it's a Wigglytuff, so we're going to go for having a steel type is really good, and having loaded energy on the Swampert is really good. We did get the attack drop on the Zap Cannon, and Focus Blast will do neutral because they're a normal type, so let's see how much damage we can do here. That normal fairy typing makes Wigglytuff vulnerable, and I think a Hydro Cannon would have done it, but we have the Earthquake, and Earthquake is definitely going to KO this thing, so we're going to go ahead and throw the Earthquake. And that finishes my research tasks here, so that's good. I'm going to go ahead and do the research task before I move on, just in case it wants me to do more Go Battle League. I want everything I'm doing here to count as much as possible toward completing the research. Nice, we get a Poliwrath. One day, I'm thinking I might want to build an Ultra League Politoed, like an XL Politoed, so I'm going to try and get as much candy as possible for the Poliwag. Yeah, nice. Okay, let's see what the professor has for us here. Good news, came across Keldeo? Is that how we say it? It's a mythical Pokemon. Okay, and I need to win a raid. I need to earn hearts with my buddy, and I need to feed my buddy. So we'll go ahead and do that. I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't really have raids available until this 2 p.m. event thing. Alright, so let's see. I need to earn hearts with my buddy. I need to feed my buddy. So I'll go ahead and feed. Let's see, I need to feed 3 times, which means giving it a Poffin is not going to be the most ideal thing, because then it would just be 1-time feeding, even though I would get all the hearts. Okay, there's 1. And hopefully I can play from the car. Oh, hey, there we go. All right, that works. So we'll take a photo. Nice. Play a little bit. Yeah, the photo should count. That's good. We get access to this guy, the Smeargle. Which is probably not going to have a great moveset based on my present buddy. Yeah. Alright. Great. How else am I going to get hearts here? Can battle together, that works fine. Okay, I don't really want to mess with making new teams, really, so... What's the name of this crab thing? Crab crawler? Crabrawler? So I'll just put that there, and... yeah, we'll do it this way. I don't remember what all is on this fire team, so we'll just do this. Got our little crab boy versus the Flareon. Oh, it's not a water type, it's a fighting type. I didn't even realize. Alright, well we've battled with him now, so that should be another heart. And I think I just have to finish the battle for it to count. So we should be able to pretty easily finish up the battle with good old Kingdra here. I've got to tell y'all, building an Ultra League Kingdra is one of the best investments I've made. I really love Kingdra. Alright, throw in an Octazooka that does a stupid amount of damage for a move that is so weak, but hey, doing super effective damage is nothing to bat an eye at. Just gonna double Octazooka here. This might have gone even better if I had just put something in with Waterfall. Okay, that's good. And I more or less need to do that one more time to get the last heart. Yeah, sure. Empoleon. That could work. So we'll battle Candela one more time. And little Crabrawler is going to get obliterated again, but that's fine. And we'll come in with Empoleon, which will take neutral damage from fire because of that steel typing, but shouldn't be anything to worry about. We'll just farm right down, and yeah, Hydro Cannon here will be more than enough to take out the training Typhlosion. And now we have energy for Magmortar. It would be really nice if I could finish these research tasks while I'm on stream with y'all. I don't know how difficult that will be because I didn't really look ahead. But if I can, we'll do it, and hopefully I'll be able to show y'all the catch for this new mythical. Winning a raid right now might be a problem, though. Okay, raids. Where is this happening? Can't even really see it on the map. Well, that means it's not really within driving distance, so I'm just going to go ahead and use the pass so that I can finish up this research task here. And the recommended team seems fine. I don't remember what moves I have on the Xurkitries. Why not put a Xurkitree up front just to be able to use one, you know? I don't have many occasions to actually put a Xurkitree into good use, so that could be fun with the raid. Lots of nice electric Pokemon there. And sorry about the long waits for the raid to get started. I really wish there was like a skip button, like if you're just gonna do the raid by yourself and you don't need the full time to just like be able to go straight into it. But alas, here we are. We've got a minute to wait out. I don't think it's worth doing a Mega Evolution for Venusaur just for this 1-star. So that's okay. I think this is a water type, right? That's why it's recommending so many electric types here. I don't think I even keep this Pokemon that I'm fighting. I don't think I even keep its evolution around. It's just really difficult to make good use of in standard GBL. But we're gonna play it so that we can get this new mythical. And I will finish out the GBL set that I started with y'all by the time we get to the end of the stream. As long as my phone doesn't overheat and stop the stream, fingers crossed. I am pretty happy with how my phone has been handling the streaming process here today. When I was streaming a lot a couple of months ago, it was having difficulty with overheating, so maybe it just needed a break. Seems like this worked out okay. Maybe I should do a Xurkitree Ultra League focused team during the holidays, because it just looks like it's wearing Christmas lights. That could be a fun YouTube video, doing some Christmas themed GBL. Alright, we got the Weasel, or however you say it. Gonna get that right out of here. Collect the reward, so we're getting close. Okay, and here's the Keldeo. That's unfortunate CP, but alright. Okay, so we definitely want to catch with a Pineapple Berry to get as much candy as possible, because apparently we're going to need to power this up quite a bit to use it in GBL. Because that's going to need to come up like 1,000 CP to be viable in Ultra League. It is a guaranteed catch, even if it is a difficult catch, so I'm just going to keep throwing these berries at it. Okay, great. Alright, so fingers crossed for good IVs here. Well, that is fairly mediocre, but should be usable, and 50,000 is not too much. That's, I actually thought it would be a lot more to get it up into the Ultra League, so now it's just a matter of getting the right candy, and of course I'm going to want to add additional moves there. Seems like Poison Jab is good here, and this thing can learn Sacred Sword, so that's definitely what we want if we can get it. Gonna run out of TMs. Okay, great. Obviously I do not have a lot of Stardust right now. I blew most of my recently built up Stardust on a Combustican, thinking that it would help me get a lot of wins in the Fighting Cup, but it's just been Like, it does okay. I don't know that it was worth all the Stardust that I put into it, but that's fine. Okay, if anybody else is playing and trying to get Keldeo, then this is more or less the moveset that you're going to want, and you can add Aqua Jet or Hydro Pump as the alternative charge move if you add an extra one. And yeah, we're just going to start putting our candy into this. Okay. Got Keldeo. What else can we get from this? Okay, gonna catch fighting type Pokemon and win in the Go Battle League. Hopefully we can get a win in Go Battle League. So let's go ahead and go to that last team again, because it's supposed to have a high statistical likelihood of working out. And of course, I will come across a super tough lead when I need to get the win. Okay, we're going to build up like we have, Sludge Wave, even though we don't, and throw a Hydro Cannon, and I have almost 2 Hydro Cannons, so I did not want to let all of that go to waste. I think I kind of have to switch out into the Registeel. And Trev can do all right against Altaria, but only if it can land a Shadow Ball. Okay, so Focus Blast can do a lot of damage here. We're just going to go for Focus Blasts. Got the shield back, that's good. I'm gonna go ahead and let Reggie go down. Ooh, it's not great for us. Oh, man. Okay, I think the only play is that we sacrifice Swampert. And of course they win the CMP tie against me here. I'm gonna shield to get the charge move through and hopefully get their shield. If I can get shields down, maybe Trev can sweep in the back. It's not how that panned out, which is not great. Okay, so I think the only win con is that I get Altaria to throw, which means I've got to reach. Oh, yeah, I think this is over. I probably just should have let the Swampert go down at the beginning. Yeah, this opponent is doing a nice job of managing their shields. Okay, but apparently just playing in Go Battle League counted as winning, so I'll take it. And I'm trying to get extra XL candy for my Great League Medicham, which is XL'd, but can still be powered up a couple more times. So I do like seeing these Metatites, and yeah, there we go. That's enough to power up the Medicham at least one more time. But I'm not going to do that quite yet because I would like to power up Keldeo. Alright, got a little Stardust there, that's nice. And we need 13 more fighting types. I wonder if the research the special research will provide an opportunity to catch another Keldeo that might have better IVs. And of course would give us a little more candy. That would be nice. Not seeing very many fighting types right now. So I rarely use lures, as you can tell by the 6 I have kind of stockpiled there. So I'll go ahead and throw a lure out. Okay, and I feel like maybe using an incense could work here. Okay, none of these are fighting types, which is not great. I do love a good Ferrothorn though, so I'll take the extra candy there if I can get it. I have one partway built for the Ultra League that I would like to push all the way up there at some point, given the chance. I guess I'll just catch everything available here so that hopefully it'll start respawning new types of Pokemon. This is a fighting type event that's happening in Pokemon Go right now, so you would think more fighting types would be out. But of course, when you need them, they're usually off somewhere else. So I don't have a Hitmonchan with 2 moves on it, with 2 charge moves on it, because I kept hoping that I was going to hatch its smaller form and get one that I could, if you have the baby form, you can add the extra charge move for like 10,000 instead of 75 or whatever. And I kept getting the tiny ones that would evolve into Hitmonlee, which is alright, but Hitmonlee struggles a little more than Hitmonchan in Go Battle League. I do have a video up on the Alakaham Pogo YouTube channel featuring Hitmonlee, and it was difficult to use, but Hitmonlee has, some playability. It is definitely like off meta. But it has some playability, right? Okay, I have a lure and incense going, so we should be seeing spawns. I know it helps if I move around. But for today, I am playing from the car, so this is about as much movement as they're going to get. It's unfortunate that it is not spawning fighting types. So what I might do is play a little more Go Battle League and hope that the spawns are different when I get out of the next battle. Yeah, so I told y'all I might play a little bit in the Fighting Cup just for funsies. So yeah, let's do that. I like leading with Combustican because its fast move will more or less let me farm down whatever they have on the lead, and if not, then I can go ahead and load up on energy on something else. This team I've built is very hit or miss. It works against most teams that I've come across, except if I hit people who have all the things with alternative movesets. Like if I hit Throw, which has a Psychic-type fast move and Galarian Sneasel, which has pretty fast-charging Flying-type charge moves on the same team, then that's going to be a problem. But if there's not some combination of those, this normally does okay. Okay, we've got Combustican into Machamp, Shadow Machamp. Shadow Machamp's moves are going to be neutral, but they're going to do, like, as much as the Combusticans, which are super effective. So this is wild. Yeah, Cross Chop would have KO'd pretty much for sure there. Alright, so we farm down. Gonna throw this Flame Charge at whatever comes in next, which is a throw. Which is quite bad. I should have switched out of the lead because Combustican is what I use against throw most of the time. I don't have a throw available, so this is what we're doing. Hopefully I will be able to get a shield here, and then I won't feel badly about potentially giving up a shield when they throw their move. I do get a shield there. I think I might let it go. I think Poliwrath has quite a bit of play against most common Pokemon, so I'm just going to load up on energy. That was very smart of them to make that immediate swap, though. So I have Ice Punch on my Poliwrath as like a bait move, so hopefully they shield. Yep. And I'll have to shield once for them, but Scald should do really well for me here. And I'm just hoping that they don't have another Body Slam loaded on their throw already. I also like Mud Shot because even though Bubble does neutral damage against more things in the meta here, I charge up faster with Mud Shot, and it does do super effective damage against against Toxicroak, which is like the #1 meta Pokemon for this particular cup. So I do reach Ice Punches very, very fast. Yeah, Poliwrath is a monster. You've just got to keep it away from throw, more or less. Okay, let's see. It's still not populating fighting types, which is bananas to me. Okay. Go ahead and catch this thing so that it'll spawn something else. Alright. More Fighting Cup. Let's go. Combustican into Toxicroak. This is a very good lead. Or like an okay lead. I mean, you can see the super effective damage is not... It's like just as much as the normal damage that these other Pokemon are doing. So I wish Peck was a better move. But, you know, we're ramping it up a little bit with Flame Charge here. And, yeah, we did quite a bit of damage to the throw, which I'm very happy about. Gonna come in with the Toxicroak, and we'll have to shield once. That's alright. We can farm down and have some energy ready. And Poliwrath, fingers crossed, should be able to close against most Pokemon. Okay, and they bring in Machamp. That suits me fine, because actually Poliwrath is going to have a lot of play against Toxicroak, so I am about it. Ooh, but they caught. I mean, that's a good catch, but this Mud Bomb is, yeah. All right, so they are putting all of their eggs in the Machamp basket. It's fine by me. We're going to let Tox go here. Save that shield for Poliwrath. And we just need an Ice Punch. I'm going to shield the next Cross Chop. I don't think it would KO, but I don't even want to risk getting into farm down range with the counters. I mean, Machamp's attack stat is just bonkers, so you do not want to underestimate just fast move damage from a Machamp. Okay, so far so good. Finally, we get a fighting type here, and wow, look at that. Look at that CP. That is bizarre. Alright, gotcha. I do already have an Ultra League Hitmonlee, so we're gonna put that away. I'm gonna catch this little Dwebble. Oh, it's exactly 500 CP. That might be good for a little cup. I like Dwebble. It might not like me, though. We'll see if I can get it to stay in the Pokeball. Alright, there we go. This is Hero Stars. I think I already have a Dwebble, so not too bad. Okay, now we've got fighting types showing up. That's good. Maybe grabbing these extra Machop will encourage me to finally excel my Master League Machamp. I had stopped powering up all of my Master League players at level 40 in hopes that a league like Master League Classic would come back around. But Niantic announced they're not really doing that anymore. So I guess now I'm just going to be excelling everything. Alright, we will play another battle here so that there's an opportunity for Pokemon to respawn. Combustican into Tox. This is not amazing, but it could be worse as well. Definitely going to shield because a Mud Bomb would destroy this here fire type. And hopefully I can get a shield back here. Alright, got the shield back, that's good. Simul KO is less than ideal, and they revealed a Phalanx. That's interesting. Okay, gonna come in with the Tox. I think they should have Brick Break and Mega Horn. It seems a little fast to get to a Mega Horn. Oh, Superpower. I forgot about that. Alright. And just gonna blind throw the Sludge Bomb. And it's a Hitmontop in the back. Hitmontop is very, I mean, it's fairly glassy, but it hits really hard as well. I think it does take longer to get to most of its moves. Definitely going to want to shield here because close combat is going to be horrible. Oh, and I should have waited to throw. My timing was bad, so they did sneak through a counter, which is real bad. I'm just hoping that Mud Shot will get us to this Ice Punch. Yeah, okay. And they've lowered their stats, so Ice Punch should be a guaranteed KO. Oh yeah, and they had less health than I thought they did. Hitmontop is a cool pick, though. I really like Hitmontop, and I think it's in that situation I probably would have built up to both of my charge moves and then thrown like back-to-back close combats. Okay, it's not a fighting type, so we're not going to do that right now. Okay, grabbing the Beldum. There we go, we've got a Hitmonchan. That's what I wanted to see. We've got a fighting type, that's good. Okay, still need 6 more. Oh wow, it jumped right in where I needed it to be. That's pretty cool. Five more. Just gonna try and replenish some resources here. I was running low on Pokeballs. Alright, and we've got a Machop. This is all good. This is what I wanted to see. Okay, the nice throws thing might get me another fighting type, so I'll leave that. And we'll play another one here. This is more or less like the most successful team that I've had for the Fighting Cup, so I'm just going to stick with this team for now. Combustican into Combustican. Ooh, and a shiny one at that. That's pretty cool. Okay, so they're going to win this matchup because they have more CP than me. But I think in general, that's all right. I'm going to let this through. I should be able to fairly quickly farm down with Toxicroak and come out with loaded energy. And as we observed in previous matches, even the super effective Peck doesn't do all that much, you know? But this is kind of the worst case scenario that I was mentioning earlier in the stream before diving into this cup, because if this team runs across something that has all like super effective fast moves, that's going to be a huge problem. Of course, Poliwrath is doing a little better here than I expected him to. Poliwrath, I guess, has a little more bulk than I anticipated. But I don't want to abuse that bulk. Ideally, what we do here is farm down before they get to another body slam, but we'll see. Body Slam's not a super strong move, so yeah, I'm just going to tank it. Oh, and they have their own Poliwrath, which is not great for me. That probably means this is a loss because neither of the two moves that I'm running are going to do very much damage. Yeah, I don't think I'm even going to play the rest of that through, because there's like no way. If I had Dynamic Punch or something, then that would be a possibility, but no, all I could do was resisted damage, and I was already halfway through my health, so there's really no win con there. But that's okay, that gets us back out to these fighting types more quickly. And that throw did not go how I wanted it to, but fingers crossed we can still grab this thing. Alright, so because it's important for us to get these fighting types to finish out the special research, I'm going to go ahead and use the Golden Raz, and hopefully didn't waste it because I am not connecting with these Pokeballs in the way that I want to. Okay, that works fine. Got it. Good. I think I've probably got to clear some of these other Pokemon if I actually want access to fighting types. Maybe if I just moved into another parking space, it would refresh some of those spawns, so that might work fine as well. Yeah, I'm just going to set the phone in the lap and reset parking spaces so that there's a little movement and maybe the game decides to refresh those spawns. Of course, you do not want to be actively playing and driving, so that's particularly why I mention putting the phone completely down in my lap, not even looking at the screen until I get resituated. Those warnings that the game gives about not playing and driving are genuine and important, and yeah, it's just a game, so don't put yourself at risk for something that's just for funsies, right? Alright, so I'm just moving down the parking lot to another space, and I'm resituating myself. This has quite a few Pokestops around it, so it should be a good spot. Alright, so now I'm resituated, and there is a Hitmontop, that's good. Hitmontop jumping out is not good. It's just 90 CP, so you'd think it wouldn't be all that difficult to catch. Yet here we are. Alright, snagged it. We just need 2 more fighting types. And we've got at least 2 showing up right here, so I'm going to go ahead and go for it. Let's see. Path of least resistance is probably the Hitmontop. Believe it or not, Combustican can be even more difficult to catch, so I don't know why I'm throwing so poorly today. Wow, what an enormous waste of Ultra Balls. There we go. Alright, it better stay in that Pokeball. Yeah, I wasted so many Ultra Balls trying to snag it. My word. Alright, we'll hold out on that so that in case I need to catch more fighting types for the next research task, I will have that available. Okay, and we'll see if they give me access to any other mythicals here. Rare candy's always nice. Okay, well, at least I can potentially get some XL candy for my Metacham here. That would be nice. Okay, yeah, got 1. That's good. Okay, Keldeo, enjoyed getting stronger. Proud of my work, list of accomplishments. Okay, that more or less finishes the research. And okay, so you get some candy at the end, which should help with the power up for Ultra League. That's good. So I don't necessarily have to do all of that on stream, but yeah, now you can see sort of what all is involved in that Keldeo research. So I've been streaming for a while. What I'm going to do now is close out the GBL set, and that'll be the stream for today. And I appreciate everyone who's kind of stuck with me through this whole thing. I hope it's been fun to see the updates through the Keldeo research and maybe see what I've been working on with GBL teams. Okay, Combustican into Tox. Gonna see if I can catch this time on the Polyrath. I guess I'm just gonna risk this being a sludge bomb. Yeah, that's not great. Oh, they have a chestnut. That is very unusual. I love chestnut though, particularly in open. Yeah, chestnut's really cool. Okay, so I guess now will be the time to probably come in with the Combustican. I expect this will be a superpower. Yeah. Okay, can we farm down? Yes, we can. That's great. Their Tox is definitely out of energy because they threw the sludge. Okay, so they blocked, which is fine. And I'm going to let this come through so that I can try loading up on energy on my own Tox. If they have a throw in the back, that's going to be really bad. They have a Polyrath, that's also not great. They also seem to be building up a lot of energy, which is worrisome. I do get the shield, which is nice. They're going to throw their first move. I couldn't tell if they were using Mudshot or Bubble. Oh, that is extra not good. They are using Mudshot, so yeah, Power-Up Punch is a nice trick here because a Scald will definitely KO after a Power-Up Punch. So yeah, can't win them all. Yeah, Power-Up Punch is a nice alternative to the Ice Punch, and it's a good way to grab shields. As you saw, I fell for it. But Polyrath is a really nice pick for this cup, even if you don't have the Shadow form. I know PV Poke has the Shadow form ranked really highly, but the standard form works really well, as hopefully you've seen. And there we go. I get a little bump in the progress there. And there we go, yeah. So I hope you've enjoyed hanging out. It's nice to finally have Keldeo available. And I'll be working on powering up our unicorn friend here so that I can potentially do an Ultra League video next week when the Ultra League rolls around. So thanks for hanging out and playing with me for a while, and I will have more video content ready for you soon. Until next time, trainers.